Hey everyone, this is just a daily cinephile vlog. I hope you liked or at least appreciated the last couple videos. I try my best to make them interesting. Um, I guess this is mostly just being done as like just a, I missed out on doing an actual official 200th daily cinephile video, but that's fine. I mostly was here to make up for that and to discuss other things just really quickly. This won't be a long video, but um, I guess I want to apologize that sometimes I just kind of go away for a while, or at least I'm not posting every single day like I've been wanting to. I'm finally kind of catching up now, and still catching up on other things, and it's the same old thing. I don't really want to go through it all. I don't want to go through the whole process of being like, yeah, I'm behind on this because I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You already all kind of know I have a lot always going on, and I'm always doing so many different things and trying my best to just keep up and you know, release the stuff that I want to make, but also the stuff that's been requested and things that people have asked me, and things that I have mentioned in the past, which is why I'm trying to avoid even mentioning projects anymore. I just feel like I go through these spurts of just being very productive and doing very well and keeping up with everything, and then things start to fall apart, and then there goes like a week where it's just like, oh, this was not a good week, and then the next week's a lot better, and then the next week is not good. And this, I feel like, has been a continuous trend for ever, like my whole life almost. So I mean, like, recently I've been trying much more, harder to much more harder. I've been trying harder to get an actual schedule down, or at least stick to a schedule and find a pattern with my day. A routine, I guess, is what it would be, because a routine seems to help me the most, at least, to wake up at a specific time, get certain things done in the morning right away so I don't have to worry about them for the rest of the day. And then by the time it gets to be later in the day, after the full-time job, which is still a thing, obviously. And then after that, continue to do other things, because sometimes life just gets in the way, and I have chosen personal life a lot over doing some of the creations on here, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But I've always tried my best to find a balance, to really find those pockets of time to work on things, and I think that's what I'm trying to achieve with the routine. Just I feel like usually later into the night is when things are better for me to work on things, and that's why some stuff usually comes weirdly late at night and at odd hours. So right now, that's really what I'm trying to work on. I'll at least say this, is that as much as, there's been this kind of like situation going on forever where I do really, really well one week, and then the next week I just fail, and I get some people would just say to me, well, that's probably burnout. Well, like little spurts of burnout maybe, but I think more what it is that there's just something that always sets me off, and then it just maybe brings me down, and I don't stay up to date with everything else, because it's like that, one little screw up just messes up with everything else. It messes with everything else. But now I feel like what's happening now is a little different, because as much as this past week was not, one where I was on top of things. I wasn't at all. I fell behind. Other issues were going on as well, but I at least stuck to things that I've been making a goal. For instance, I had mentioned in the video previously, I'm trying to do like 10,000 steps a day. I still kind of got that in every single day this week. I have also been doing some other things that I add to my daily routine. It's just a matter of they're not being done in the regular schedule that I want them to be done, but I'm still getting it done, which is kind of a new thing for me. It's not usual for me where, if things are falling apart, they just kind of fall apart. But now it's like I can actually still keep up with certain things, which I think is good, because that tells me that despite some of the, you know, the issues that come your way, some of the stuff that's thrown at you, you were still able to keep up with this. So imagine if you were able to keep up with everything. And that's kind of the goal with me. I'm like, I can make a routine that can really take down anything that's thrown in my path. Yeah, so that's the goal. And overall, I want to thank everyone for, you know, sticking with me on the main channel, sticking with me here, the people who always comment. And, you know, I really am trying to improve absolutely everything. And it's not that this project has been getting to me, the daily project. It's really not. Sometimes I really look forward to it, and then sometimes I just kind of don't get to it, but it's not because I'm avoiding it. It's more just, you know, I some other things get in the way, and then I don't want to rush something out there. But I do enjoy this idea of trying to find something to do every day, and my hope now is to get it out of the house, be a little more brave about doing some spur of the moment things. And there's some things that I could have taken advantage of when I was out somewhere, but I just didn't. And I'm like too afraid to take the camera out, but I shouldn't be. And I do want to take it out of the house. So, I guess that's the one thing I've come from, you know, this week, where I'm like, I feel like this week was like a down week, whereas there's other weeks, you know, like I said, I have that up down kind of motion. At least with this downward motion, I still have optimism. And that's new. So something's working. Maybe it's sticking to the couple things from my routine. Maybe it's just taking on this project in general and still pushing myself towards it, even if everything else isn't going super well. But optimism is creeping in. And I'm sure a lot of people out there probably assume I'm a pretty optimistic person. And I am, but it doesn't usually come at me like this. Usually I have to like seek it out, but here it was like it was coming to me even as things were going down, and that's good. So good stuff is coming, and thanks for watching this stuff.